Haven't never told about that sorrow. Yeah, man. Woke up like this. Shit crazy, man. They got it wild. The hate is real. How can you stop the rain from falling down? How can you stop the sun from shining? What makes the world go around? How can you make this broken? How can I lose when then help me mend my broken and let me live again. La, la, la. I can still feel the breeze. This runs it through my. I miss the memory. Everything should come. You can never see you tomorrow. And no one has told me about that sorrow. This broken heart. How can you stop the rain from falling down? How can you stop the sun from shining? What makes the world go round? La 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 la. Help me mend my broken heart and let me live again. How can you mend this broken man? How can you lose when I never win? How can I lose when I never win, huh? Help me, man, my broken, and let me live again. Can you, man, this broken man? Like stop the rain from falling down. Help me, man. My see, yeah, this face right here, yeah, been through a lot. I got a feeling that I wanna live a little. La 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 la. La 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 la. Ooh. Yeah, man. Man, today is crazy, bro. The day just started and it's crazy. It's cray. Like, it seems like, let me put the headphones on. Hopefully the headphones make it sound a little better. Feel me? It's crazy, man. Yeah, man. The day just started and it's already crazy. I done got off the bus, had a fight. I mean, literally, physical. It's crazy. Nigga called me the N-word and all. Shit crazy, man. Let's start from the beginning, man. As usual, you feel me? Got my morning started, ate my oatmeal today, had my bread. I guess God was trying to tell me, son, you gonna need your Wheaties. Word, that's funny, yo. It's crazy. Yeah, I had my oatmeal and my bread and everything else. It was good this morning. I'm like, I'm in a good mood. I had the extra strength to go do the work. Go out there and do the work. So I got on the bus, got on my second bus, and there was another guy asking a lot of questions. He didn't know where he was going. And the bus lady was trying to compromise with him. Was like, yeah, I have to go my own route, the route that I'm supposed to go on. Then from there, I'll drop you where you need to be. That's what the lady was telling him. The bus lady was telling him. And he was like, okay, if you do that. So he sat in the front of the bus. And I sat in the back, all the way in the back with my back to the thing. I already sat in the back. I'm chilling and shit. Because sometimes I be dozing off. You feel me? Because I already know my situation. I black out sometimes and I go to sleep, or I just my thoughts drifts away, then carry me away. So that helps me fall. Not helps me, but it makes me fall asleep during that process. So I know I can't really sometimes watch myself like the way I'm supposed to. So I know sometimes I just fall asleep. You know what I mean? People take advantage of that with my situation and everything else like that. And that's how you get people, and that's how I get the punches and all that stuff. So anyway, long story short, I'm in the back of the bus. I already know where everybody's sitting on the bus already. I'm on my phone watching the sports, ESPN to be exact. I'm watching ESPN like that. Then I guess I drift off again. The next thing I know, I wake up to this guy standing over me. And I'm like, yo, sit down, my nigga. What the fuck? Like, you feel me? Like, I'm like, yo, what are you doing? I'm like, sit down. He's like, what? And I'm like, I said, sit down, man. You don't, like, if I see you sitting in front of the bus, then I wake up and I see you standing in front of me right there and then with all the things that's going on with me, and I don't know who is who, I'm supposed to just deck him and knock him out right there and then. Like, you feel me? That's my right to do so. I'll be defending myself. I was like, yo, go sit down, man. Fuck is wrong with you? Why you standing up for? He's like, yo, he's like, I stand up when I want to. I'm like, yeah, rightfully so, but you're not gonna stand over me, my nigga. Like, you bugging. Like, what's wrong with you? Like, fuck. Then he was like, yo, I'm from Delaware, da da da. I'm like, I don't care where you from, my nigga. Like, just you. I was like, just sit down. You heard me. Just sit down. You feel me? So he started talking tough and everything else, and I'm like, yo, I'm serious, man. Like, now I started getting mad because now I caught you in the act of it. I did not do nothing to you. Now you acting tough now. So I'm like, yeah, and I'm telling this guy like, yo, if you don't do it, then that means you're a threat to me now. Now I'll be forced to defend myself. Basically, that's what I'm telling him. Then he's standing there like, yeah, what up, so what up? Like, you talk a good one, nigga. I'm like, damn. I'm like, damn, I heard the word. I'm like, damn, this nigga called me a nigga, you feel me? He was a white guy, so I'm like, I was right then and then too, I was supposed to do something about it, but I'm like, all right, cool. I'm like, all right, we gonna get it. When we get up, the bus lady was gonna call the cops. She didn't call the cops when whatever he was doing previously to that. I can tell he did something because he kind of punched me in my eye a little bit. I did not when I was sleeping. You feel me? So I'm like, all right, cool. And I told the bus driver, look, man, don't be a hypocrite. Whatever he was doing, you was endorsing it. You feel me? You didn't stop. You didn't call the cop. You didn't stop the car to call the cop during that time period. So if I'm here defending myself, do not call the cops too. You have to put in the same amount of respect. You feel me? Like, come on, man. Like, y'all can't be calling the cops when the person that's defending himself now, oh, now it's a mess. But when the person is sleeping, somebody's taking advantage of them, now y'all want to be like, oh, that's okay to do. You feel me? You feel me? Like, you dig? Like, so I'm like, I told her, I said it out loud, like, yo, don't be a hypocrite. Now, I'm not even, we ain't even get physical. I'm just telling that nigga to sit down. Now, we arguing back and forth. Now, she's telling, I'm gonna call the cops. I'm like, don't call the cops now. Because when he was doing what he was doing, you didn't try to call the cops. So don't call the cops now. You feel me? When you allowed it to happen the first time, that's when you lost your right. You feel me? So right now, you do not call the cops. Then she kept on driving. She stopped the bus and everything about to call the cops. And I didn't want to make a mess on the bus that I depend on to get to work. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna wait till we get off the bus. Then whatever happens with this guy, cause it's obvious that he's on one. You feel me? And you calling me the N-word and everything else like that. And you talking about you from Delaware, and we both not from around here. So what are you saying? You feel me? Hold on. Yeah, we both not from around here, so what are you saying? You feel me? It wasn't about black or white or anything else like that. It was just about the lack of disrespect. It was just a lack of respect sometimes. Like, everybody do what he's doing, but it's like sometimes when you get caught in the act like that, and in my situation, I'm supposed to be paranoid and very edgy, but at the same time, I keep myself together because I know I'm not gonna give him that power. So if anybody was in my situation going through that kind of stuff and that happened, it would be a muscle reaction for me to do anything to him. You feel me? But I did not. I was still calm. I'm like, yo, go sit down, man. Fuck is wrong with you? Why you standing over me like that? Go sit down, bro. The bus is moving. Why are you standing on the bus when there's so many seats? It's at least 20 seats on the bus, and there's only 3 of us on the bus. So you can pick one of them to sit on, bro. Why you standing? You feel me? That's my argument. You feel me? If I'm wrong for that, somebody let me know. It's at least more than 20 seats on the bus. It's only 3 people on the bus. We well spread out. You feel me? Like, you can, if you have 5 asses to 1 person and 3 of us, and each person has 5 asses, we can still have enough seats available for other people to sit their ass on. You feel me? So I'm like, yo, sit down, my nigga. Like, so he took that very, very personal that I told him to sit down. It's not that he took it personal. He took it, he felt he got caught in the act of it. Now you just can't let it go. And during the process, I understood he was. Even when we have our little altercation, I understood who he was during that process of time. Yeah, man. And this COVID-19 and everything else is 6 feet, man. Nigga, back the fuck away from me. And I'm coughing like the way I'm coughing because it was a lot of activities in the cold, but I'm gonna get to that. Hold on. So he called me the N-word and everything else like that. So I'm like, all right, well, whatever. Right there and then, I just got turned off. I'm like, all right, I hope you keep the same energy when we get off the bus, type shit like that. You feel me? So, so I'm just, I'm summarizing the story. So I'm hoping you keep the same energy when we get off the bus. So the whole time I'm on the bus, I'm drifting off through me and my darkness. You feel me? I'm drifting off. I'm blacking out, drifting off, coming back and forth, coming back and forth. I'm drifting off. Yeah, I'm drifting off. I'm drifting off. So he's getting his little hits in. You feel me? He's not stopping and everything else like that. The bus driver didn't stop to call the cop and tell them, hey, this person this person is hitting this guy while he's sleeping. Because I could feel somebody hitting me. You feel me? I could feel it, but it's like you don't know who it is because everybody get back to where they're supposed to be and act like nothing is happening. So right there and then, I ain't like the fact that the lady even suggested that she was going to call the cops. I'm like, yo, ma, if you're going to do that, then do that when it first happened. Don't do that when I have a reaction. As if my reaction is a thunderous reaction. It's about to destroy the whole world. You have to do that shit when a person responds the way it responds. Like, you feel me? So right then, I knew something was going to happen because I'm like, I don't know whether it's him or the other person. But in the back of my mind, I know that we going to have an altercation. Because me and this nigga gotta go at it, you feel me? Because I'm like, we just had the altercation with you and something else is going on. And somebody's still getting their free hit, so I can only assume it's you. So, the bus, we coming close to my stop. This guy, remind you, I'm analyzing him the whole bus. I'm analyzing him throughout the whole stop and everything else. He's flexing his muscles. He got a little bit of muscles, you know what I mean? I can't even front. Like, but he got some skinny legs, but you know what I mean? But he got muscles up top. So he flexing his back and everything else. Like he doing a lot of extra shit. He taking off his jacket. He took off his jacket. He's not taking up. He took off his jacket, folded up, put it in like he's getting ready for battle. And I was just, just analyzing him, seeing calm and analyzing, just seeing everything about him. I'm trying to see, okay, well, nah, I mean, advantage, just in case it do go down. I was hoping it don't go down. That's my word, my nigga. I'm hoping it don't go down. He started shaking his leg, his arms were shaking. The bus driver telling him, yo, sit down, because he kept on asking the bus driver a question why the bus was moving. Now we getting close to our stop. Now this guy was trying to get out the bus. That's how nervous he was. He's trying to get out the bus while the bus was at a rest stop. And I'm like, yo, calm down. I had to tell him to calm down. I was like, calm down, I'm not gonna do nothing to you. That's what I told him. I'm like, yo, calm down, I'm not gonna do nothing to you, yo. He's like, yo, I'm not worried about you, man. Whatever you can do, we can do it too. And I'm like, yo, calm down. Like now he's about to pull the emergency stop while the bus is moving. I'm like, yo, this nigga is tripping. And then she was like, then the bus driver really said, nah, I'm about to call the cops. He was like, yes, I hope so. They're gonna be there. Then I'm like, that's how he's talking. They gonna be there. And I'm like, yeah. But in my mind, I'm like, I gotta get this nigga back, like, cause you wasn't nervous enough when I was. With the second time around, you was still doing what you was doing. So it's like, yo, my nigga, I gotta get at you. I'm sorry, like, I gotta get at you. You feel me? So finally, the bus driver didn't even get to the stop. He stopped early. She stopped early, and she stopped on the sidewalk. She wasn't even supposed to do that. She stopped on the sidewalk. He got out. Then I got out with him. I'm like, cause this is the stop I'm supposed to get off anyway, cause they usually stop all the way up there. So I'm like, fuck, I'm gonna get off on this stop too. And I was like, yo, we gonna get off on the same stop, man. You ain't gotta. And I told, when he got off, we both got off at the same time and shit like that. Then I was like, yo, you was talking crazy on. I was talking to him. I didn't even swing on him. You feel me? I like, yo, you was talking crazy on the bus. I didn't swing on him right away. Hold on, tell me to move. I probably did. I didn't even swing on him right away. I'm like, yo, you was talking crazy on the bus, man. I'm like, what's all that about? You called me the N-word and everything else. I'm like, what's up? What's all that about? I'm like, what's all that about? He was like, he I don't know, that nigga was just trying to act tough and he was nervous and he was just very, very nervous. So he said, what's up? So what's up, nigga? What up, though? Then I'm like, he said, so what's up, though? Then he threw his hands up again. This first time when he threw his hands up on the bus, I didn't even defend myself. I still had my hands like this. I was very calm. I'm like, yo, this nigga can't do nothing to me. To me, I'm like, I can fight too, my nigga. Like, I don't even have to display that. Like, I could do the stand and everything else. I can fight going backwards, fight going front. I can fight too, my nigga. Like, what are you doing? So when he threw his hands up the second time, now we are in the open space. It's not on the bus no more. The bus is not moving. You feel me? You on solid ground. So I'm like, all right, fuck it. You throw your hands up. I gotta defend myself. So I threw my hands up too. Then he swung. Then I was like, fuck it. I gotta defend myself. So long story short, for law purposes, that was self-defense. We started going. It's just we testing each other. It's more like jab, testing each other. He's swinging, I'm swinging and shit like that. He wanna quit. He started backing up. He back. What the nigga? Why you backing up for, bro? Like, I'm like, yo, what the fuck you doing, nigga? Like, nigga ran out of breath and shit like that. He got a few hits. He probably had like 2 hits in and everything else like that. I mean, I had a few kicks. I hit him with a few pop. Nah, I mean, I had a few. I had my shits in there. You feel me? But overall, long story short, the nigga ran across the street and kept on running. Then I kind of like, I should have chased him, but I was like, yo. I'm like, I don't know what this guy's gonna do, you feel me? So I had to see what he's about. So I followed him a little bit across the street. Then I just like, fuck it, I'm gonna let him go. Then he came out the corner. And he was like, and he looked like he had something in his pockets now. I'm like, yo, this nigga crazy. He's like, yo, you lucky. I would have shanked you and all that stuff. And I'm like, my nigga, it's not like it's me and you. Now you want talking about you want to shank me and everything else like that. You like I'm like, bro, it's me and you. When it was one on one, when I was sleeping, you felt comfortable. Yeah, when I was sleeping, you felt comfortable and very brave to fight me then. But now that I'm up and I have my hands up and I'm ready to defend myself, and when we was going toe to toe, he knew he couldn't fuck with me. Honestly, like like it was like I was toying with him, bro. Like I was really toying with him. And I ain't been fighting a long time, honestly. I was moving backwards on my feet, beep, beep, and still caught him, beep, beep. So it's like, come on, man, my nigga, I didn't even get my practice in yet. So I'm like, yo, this nigga is lightweight, and he got bigger. I'm a skinny nigga, don't get it twisted. But at the same time, I'm gonna eat those punches. You feel me? He did some slick move, like he did some spin shit, like boom. I'm like, oh, that's a nice move. He hit me, and I compliment him. I was like, good hit while we was fighting. So it's like, yo, my nigga, I'm toying with you, bro. Like you feel me? Like I do this. Then you tell me you from Delaware, like I'm from New York City too. This is what we do, my nigga. Like, and I'm giving you compliments, and I'm hitting you. I'm like, yeah, like yeah, take that, yeah, what's up? You feel me? Like, come on, man. So it's like, yo, I didn't even get serious with him yet. Like. When I stopped him off the bus, I wanted to talk to him and see what he's really like. What's your head at, my nigga? Like, you feel me? Because it defeats the purpose to even pray when I'm out here causing violence and shit, which he kind of took me out of my character. That's the whole point of the story. I'm kind of mad that I allowed him to get the best of me the way he got the best of me. But sometimes I've been going through so much, bro. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I've been going through so much, so it's like him doing that, then I'm telling him, yo, sit down, because it's like, yo, bro, I caught you in the act of things. You got caught, like, sit down, bro. All I asked him was like, yo, sit down, my nigga. Like, why you standing, like, I can't say sit down. Now you took it personal because you got caught and you didn't know how to handle it. And it's like, you feel me? I feel bad for the dude. If I see him right now, I might have to give him some money and shit. Now I feel bad. For real, like, I understand. I can tell he was going through some kind of struggle. You feel me? I ain't even gonna lie to you. So, my apologies. You feel me? If you're not about that life, please don't do it. Like I'm a man that's trying to get on the righteous path. You feel me? I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm trying to do good. You feel me? If it comes to fighting, we can do that. I have not fought in a long time, but even that, just that little display, like I'm ready to go again. You feel me? Cause I'm in the mood. Like now, I'm in the motion of it now. But at the same time, it's like I feel bad for the dude, cause it's like it's unfortunate. You feel me? It's like, damn, bro, it didn't have to happen like that. You feel me? I feel bad, honestly. It really didn't have to happen like that. I really feel bad for the dude and everything else. And if I see him right now, I give him $50 or $100. Real talk. Because I feel bad for what happened. You feel me? Honestly. Although he got his few punches in and everything else like that, and he was still hitting me after that altercation, when I fell asleep again, you was still doing it. So I felt like, yo, this is the lack of disrespect. Sometimes you just got to defend yourself. And I feel like, you know what I mean? Some people just not going to respect you until you smack them. You feel me? And the fact that he ran across the street and I had to chase him, like, I'm like, that was respect enough for me. Because it went from him standing up to me and be like, yeah, what's up, what up, like that, and feeling very, very strong on the bus, to him having to run across the street at the end. Now you don't want no smoke, but when a person was just sleeping, you had all the courage in the world to approach him, you feel me? And after it's all said and done, I'm the one that's feeling it, because I'm kind of like I'm a spiritual being, my nigga. I can't even lie to y'all. Like, I feel bad for what happened. Feel me? And I feel bad, believe me. Believe me on that one. I do feel bad for real. Because we was fighting and everything else. Then he took his bag, his coat and everything else. He tried to hit me with his bag. Like, my nigga, I have my coats on still. Like, I didn't even take my coat off. Like, I'm defending myself. I didn't even take my coat off. You feel me? You have a shirt and shorts on, and you try to hit me with the bag. When you try to hit me with the bag, I hit the bag. Then the bag ripped. Then it was crazy. That's when I felt bad. Because when the bag ripped, he had bread and peanut butter. And then I'm like, damn, you know, that shit crazy. Then his coats came out and everything else like that. And I've been there, so I'm like, fuck, man. Then he was mad. That's he was mad before, but then I got more mad. Then I see the pain, and I saw the pain on his face, because I'm like, damn, that could be something that he really needed. So that's why I'm like, I kind of relaxed a little bit. You feel me? But at the same time, I knew it's like this man would take your head off. This nigga was trying to take your head off when you was laying down. So at the same time, yeah, he's only mad because it doesn't benefit him. I'm like, yeah, he's only mad because it does not benefit him at that moment in time. You feel me? So it's like it's crazy, B. I do feel bad for it. Like, I'm like, yo, bro, like if we were still with it, I'll fight for a whole 2 hours, bro. Like, I'm built like that. Like I don't get tired when I'm I have passion about something. Like, even when I used to play basketball, niggas be like, yo, you like, I can run back and forth, 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 and not get tired and shit like that. So my only Achilles is basically me blacking out sometimes, cause the oxygen and everything else like that. But it could be asthma. Who knows? I've never been diagnosed with asthma. Mom never told me I had asthma. Nobody ever told me about nothing about asthma. But it seems like there's a sign that keep coming up. So I'm gonna have to check on that. I ain't gonna lie. My brother is the one who had asthma. I never had asthma. You feel me? Maybe we both had asthma and I didn't know. But I feel bad about it. I'm like, that's why I didn't even continue chasing him, because it was like, I'm like, yo, this nigga going through stuff, like, you feel me? But at the same time, even to go through, you have to know how to control your emotions. Like, you can't live through me. That's why I keep telling y'all, some of these people are going through hurt, and they're trying to live through me. Like, I've been demonized to the point where people feel like they going through their own problem, and they feel like, they feel like it's crazy. I gotta give y'all a psycho analogy of what's going on. I am very common to a lot of Americans who's going through with the same thing I'm going through. And the shame that I have received, right? The shame that I have received, the people who are going through what I'm going through do not want to receive the same shame. They don't want to be demonized the way I've been demonized. So they have joined the party to demonize me just to hide from what they are going through. You feel me? So that's why most of the time when I'm fighting and I'm going against somebody, that person basically like me and the other person. Me and him are the same people. You feel me? We trying to find our way. We trying to establish some kind of consistency. You feel me? Then build from that consistency and keep going. So me and him are the same. That's why I'm like, yo. That's why I didn't even proceed, because I could have just kept on going and just wear him down and just beat him. You feel me? Straight up like that. I could have just wore him down, He was just gassing. He was out of it. And I'm like, I just started. Like, I'm like, what up, nigga? I'm like, fuck. Nigga want to take a break, and he's like, I'm like, what the? I'm like, what, nigga? You crazy, bro? Like, nah, I just started. Like, my day just started. I got 8 more hours to go and work, my nigga. Like, you woke me up early. Fuck, nigga. So, I just felt bad about the situation, because I'm like, I saw myself in him. I'm like, nah, that shit frustrated me. I'm like, yo. It hit me right there in the middle of the fight. I saw it. I don't know whether he saw it. He was mad because his bread was on the floor, and he took his peanut butter and threw it at me. I don't even know where that shit hit me at, but it hit me. I'm like, I picked it back up and I threw it right back at him. I caught him. Bing! That got him more mad. Then he came back for more. I'm like, because I was going to let him run away. You feel me? Once he swung his bag, and I punched the bag just to defend myself from the bag and everything. That's when everything just splashed and everything else. You try to hit me with your bag with all kinds of solid things in there. He had a glass bottle and everything else in there. So it was like, excuse me, man. Yeah, that's what happened when you run in the cold sometimes. Now it's hot, but earlier it was cold. And I hope nigga ain't coming. I like this shirt right here. I ain't gonna lie. Hold on. Yeah, man. Nigga end up running away like a little girl, though. Feel me? That cannot be. I don't like that, man. Even when I go through stuff, I don't project my hurt onto somebody else. That's the most important part. Although me and him are alike, I have learned not to project what I'm going through onto somebody else. You feel me? That's wrong. That's the wrong thing to do. You don't do that shit. Just because you're going through something doesn't mean that you have to demonize somebody else to make yourself feel better. Especially when you see yourself in that person, me and you going through the same thing. You feel me? So it's like, it's crazy, bro. And I feel bad for it. I feel bad because I'm a righteous man. I'm a righteous man, and I have a conscience of how to think about certain things and everything else like that. And I know the things that I do affect people and stuff like that. And I ain't want to be out there trying to defend myself of somebody calling me a nigga on the bus and then threaten me. You feel me? He did threaten me. He threatened me on the bus, and I told him and I did not even attack him on the bus because out of respect, I did not want to do nothing too crazy on that bus because of the lady who drive me to work. So I'm like, all right, man, I get off on this stop. If you still feel the same way, then we happen to both get off at the same stop. It benefit me to get off at that stop too. He told the bus lady that's the same guy that was asking the bus lady to drop him off to Kalamazoo, whatever. But he didn't even know where he was going. So it's like, bro, you so out of your area. You feel me? So it's like, yo, you got off on the wrong stop. I told him, look, this is my stop. I told him that. Then he's like, yeah, we go, whatever the fuck he was saying. Like, he was just talking very, very tough. I'm like, all right, cool. Like, when he was on the bus, he was just shaking. And I'm like, this nigga nervous. Like, I'm like, yo, he's so nervous right now. I could taste it. So I mean, we both got off on the bus. I could have waited, but I couldn't wait to get off on another stop when that's my stop. Like, I get off there every morning, so it's like, it's my stop, nigga. You feel me? How the fuck you getting off? That's a threat. I gotta defend myself. Like, these niggas crazy. So, like, I have to, bro. It ain't my fault. I have to defend myself, bro. Like, especially when I see it like that, and I tell you to sit down, and you took it personal. I said, I'm telling you to go home. That he thought I couldn't fight. Then I'm like, oh no, you got a mistake, and I could use legs, arms, and everything. I took a few moves from him for the next time, just in case we come back around. Niggas want me to smoke today, but this is not a fight against all white people. Just for the record, you feel me? Just for the record, you feel me? Because I already see some white people getting mad and stuff like that. And he happens to be white, and he said he wasn't white. I'm like, yo, because when we get off the bus, I'm like, yo, why did you use that word? He's like, he said, I'm not black, stupid. He said, I'm not black, nigga. Then I'm like, so he said he's not black. He said I'm not white, nigga. He said it again. He said I'm not white, nigga. So I'm like, all right, so why I constantly seeing white boys looking at me with the dirtiness? I guess people heard about it already. Then they looking at me with the dirtiness. He said I'm not white, nigga. He said I'm not white, stupid or nigga, or some wild shit like that. Then I'm like, all right, whatever, man. Then he threw his hands up, and that's when the history began. Feel me? I wouldn't say he won or I won. I know one thing for sure, he ran. Feel me? And I had to chase him across the street and everything. I'm like, yeah. I mean, he ran like 5 times, honestly, within one fight. Like, but yo, that shit crazy. I'm sorry about that, man. If anybody can hear from him, tell him I'm sorry. If I see him, I give him money. I give him the money for having the ability to take me out of my character. You feel me? And I pay for whatever thing that I destroy in that process. The bread and the peanut butter and everything else. I don't even have a jacket, and I'll pay for his jacket. Within that process, that's it. Like, you feel me? Because that's just the kind of nigga I am, you dig? So, although he was wrong in so many ways and I gave him so many chances, I'm like, yo, I tried, bro. We had a whole bus ride of half an hour. And I told him, you can just apologize and we just call it a day. I did before he got off the bus. I'm like, just apologize, bro. You ain't have to do all of that stuff. You punching niggas while they sleeping and everything else, and when I called you out on there, you want to act tough towards me. I'm like, I didn't even do nothing to you. I don't know you, bro. Who are you? So It's crazy. He refused. So, you know what I mean? Lesson learned. It's my face mask. You can keep it down. Yeah, man. Hold on. What time is it? I got 30 minutes. So, shit crazy. That shit keep going down. It was one stock I bought by mistake. Not mistake. I bought it on purpose. But I didn't mistakenly know that it was gonna go up by. It went up by 364%. That's ridiculous in a day. And I was shocked. I'm like, damn. Nigga put in like, bro. I was just. Now the stock has been going down, 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 down. I didn't know. I don't know what made it shoot up that high in that one day. But I was like, you know what? That's the only stock I have for that app. So I'm gonna leave it in there. I want to build that app back up again. It kind of take me back to when I first started out buying that stock and everything else, as you can see, man. This is what I had when I woke up. He didn't really get nothing on me. Can you believe that nigga had a fight this morning and shit? Like, that's crazy. I didn't even. It wasn't because of the N word or anything else like that. To me, it was more towards the disrespect. And when I wake up and I'm like, it's like somebody just. I'm like, yo, sit down, bro. Like, sit down. Like, I'm like, yo, like the bus is moving. I just happen. As soon as I look up, I see somebody. I'm like, yo, what are you doing? Sit down. Like, what else am I supposed to say in that moment? Hey, can you please sit down? And I'm like, yo, sit down. I didn't say sit the fuck down. Sit your stupid ass down. I ain't say none of that shit. I said sit down. Like, bro, sit down. Like, what are you doing up? Like, he's like, well, stand up when I'm like, yeah, but you're not gonna be standing over me like that, bro. You feel me? Just sit down, bro. And I had to get up and be like, yo, come on, man. Now I'm standing, you standing now. Now sit down, like, you feel me? Like, what we doing both standing up while the bus is moving and so many seats around? Does that make sense to you? I just wanted to show him a picture of what he looked like. I guess he didn't see it. So when I got up and we started talking and stuff like that, he's, man, shit sad, bro. Nigga got me out of my character. I'm telling y'all niggas, man, I'm tired. Anyway, it was a good morning until then. I wasn't even really even gonna get on camera today. I was gonna give it a break a little bit, but hey, kind of write down the substance of what I need to be talking about. But this is something that can be speaking about. You can look at it in the right way. Feel me? That it's a pandemic right now. A lot of us, all of us, are going through something. You feel me? I was watching Fly Nubian Queen channel on YouTube. Fly Nubian Queen, and they were talking to their kids about how they feel during this pandemic and if they're having some kind of mental stress, depression, and everything else like that. So these are the things that they were speaking about and everything else like that. So I wanted to even elaborate on that. I thought that topic was a genius. The fact that they brought their kids on and the kids spoke from their perspective and the parents spoke from their perspective. I felt like, yo, that was a great opening into their minds, their family, their feelings, their thoughts. I'm like, yo, this is a great topic. This is the kind of topic that you want to have as a news channel. This is the kind of topic that you want to have as a news channel when these things are brought about. You feel me? So I wanted to speak more on this. Like, I'm like, yo, this is the best. You know what I mean? But unfortunately, that happened. You feel me? So when I said that happened, I'm talking about the fight in between me and whatever dude, the physical altercation that happened. So I felt like this is another window to talk about the depression and stress that is having, not just on our kids but ourselves too. You feel me? And a person like him who don't know how to articulate his feelings and everything else like that, and internally, me and him are the same people. We going through the same thing, and he just couldn't articulate himself. And he rather it could have been a deadly situation today. So most people are either committing suicide or getting killed by somebody else because they don't know how